Okay. Now you know that transits describe how the planets in the sky influence your chart from the outside. But how about the inner evolution, which is the quiet way that you shift? This is called progressions. So your chart is growing with you. Progressions are like the slow unfolding of your inner weather. It shows you how your emotions mature, how your life, your self-expression evolves. The most common method is called the day for a year technique. So each day after your birth represents like 1 year of life. So the first day, position 1 day after you're born, reflects the tone of your first year. 2 days after your birth, it reflects your second year, and on, unfolding a symbolic map of your personal evolution. Okay, so the progressed sun shows how your core self matures. Every 30 years or so, it changes signs. For instance, a Leo sun progressing into Virgo learns humility, mastery. Um, you know, we're talking about your sun taking on the slow, more metamorphosis and a subtle progression. Your progression of your moon, your emotional clock, your inner time keeper changes signs every 2.5 years in your chart, describing emotional chapters of what you need and what feels safe. And you'll notice when it changes signs, like your focus will shift, maybe from nesting to networking, from caretaking to creating, from dreaming to doing. It's the rhythm of your heart in cosmic form. Your progressed Venus, Mars, and Mercury, while slower, your inner planets, they are involved in your progression. Venus, how you attract love and what you desire. Mars reshapes how you pursue passion and assert yourself. And Mercury shifts how you think and how you connect. These are the whispers of transformation, the evolution that happens between big life events. Planetary returns are your cosmic birthdays. So let's talk about returns. The moment that a planet comes full circle and comes exactly where it is where you were born, it's like a cosmic birthday, and the universe is asking, what have you learned since the last time I was here? Your solar return is an annual reset. Every year at your birthday, the sun returns to its original position. So, your solar return is your personal new year. Astrologers often cast solar return charts to see what themes and energies will be defining your year ahead. It's like reading your own chapter summary for the year, okay? So that's called your solar return chart. Your Saturn return, it's a rite of passion. Saturn is legendary, and for good reason. It happens like every 29 years, marking a threshold of a new purpose. Very interesting. Saturn return. It happens, we've all heard of it, and it a lot of times between your first Saturn return around 28 to 30. And it's when life says, grow up for real this time. It's where you restructure, redefine, and rebuild. And yes, it can feel like a cosmic boot camp, but it delivers self respect. Other returns, your Jupiter return is every 12 years, bringing expansion and luck. And you just think of it as your optimism renewal every 12 years. The lunar return is every 28 years, resetting your emotional tide. So, all of the planets have their own return cycles. Each return is an invitation to evolve from who you were to who you are becoming. So, transits bring the world to you, progressions show you or how you meet the world from within. Returns mark milestones, the soul's way of saying you've reached a new level. Nothing in your chart stays static. You're a living system. You are a symphony of, you're in motion. When you learn to read your progressions and your returns, there's less fear. You start to discover your own unfolding. So, next we're going to look at a full story of reading a chart. And I know there's something else that I wanted to talk about. I'm going to look at my notes. And just remember, once you've learned the language, when you look at a chart, it's like when I'm reading someone's tarot cards. I look at the reading, I see a story immediately. Immediately. And this is what an astrology chart is. It's a story of your life, of who you are on this planet right now, who you were born in to be. And then as you learn to read transits, progressions, all of these other things start to make sense. Like my career, my love, my passion. Like, what am I focusing on now? Why is this all of a sudden I'm reaching this success I've been fighting for so long? These are all parts of your transits and progressions. So, I'm just trying to introduce you to these elements of a birth chart so that when you look at your chart, I meet so many people, they're like, look at my chart. It's like Latin. I don't understand it. We're going to break it. We're breaking it down, go back over the lessons. I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm trying to make it simple for you if you're new or if you've been looking at your chart for a while, but there are things you don't understand or you don't know the language for what you want to find out. Because that's the other thing, is by knowing the language of what you really want to know, you can start looking at other websites and say, I need to know when my solar return is, or when my Jupiter return is, or where my this or that, what we're talking about now, what my transits are for this year, what's my ruling planet for the next season of my life, these kinds of things. And you don't know what to ask until you've learned a little bit more, and you can start really learning by asking these questions. So reach out and get ready for the next little group where I'm going to sort of synthesize what we've been talking about.